Hello and welcome to Developing Stories. I am Obi Chukwemeka Oti. The Ondo State Governor, Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa, has applauded the collective decision of governors from the southern part of the country to elect Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun as chairman of its forum. At its meeting held in Abeokuta, Ogun State on Monday, the Southern Governors Forum unanimously elected Abiodun as chairman, while Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo emerged as vice chairman. Speaking with journalists at the end of the meeting, Aiyedatiwa, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Olaide Adelami, said Governor Abiodun possesses the credentials to lead the region to prosperity. The governor also said every decision taken at the meeting was to promote the region as well as foster economic integration among member states. In his short remarks, the newly elected chairman and governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, who acknowledged the task ahead of the forum, revealed that Monday's meeting was the first in about 3 years, saying it underscores the commitment and determination to ensure that southern states occupy their place of pride. To education now, the Ondo State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, is set to conduct physical interviews for prospective teachers seeking employment in public primary schools across the state. The exercise will commence today in the Northern Senatorial District, covering 6 local government areas. According to the statement, interviews will be conducted by a panel of seasoned bureaucrats from relevant ministries, departments, and agencies. The panel includes representatives from the Nigerian Union of Teachers, NUT, National Union of Local Government Employees, NOLGE, and education secretaries. Meanwhile, the Ondo State Universal Basic Education Board has refuted a false report circulating on social media, alleging that the board requires applicants seeking teaching positions in public primary schools to present a state of origin certificate. The board, through the Director, Information and Public Relations, Prince Bolu Ajijo, described the report as a malicious fabrication aimed at exploiting unsuspecting members of the public. According to the statement, the board will employ qualified applicants from across the entire country, that is, both indigenous and non-indigenous alike. The board, therefore, dissociates itself and its officers from this fraudulent request and advises successful candidates attending physical interviews starting today in the Northern Senatorial District to disregard any demand for a certificate of state of origin at the interview centers. In another development, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, has fixed July 18 for the policy meeting to deliberate on 2024-2025 admissions. The meeting, which is expected to set minimum cutoff marks for the 2024-2025 admissions, will be chaired by the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Maman. In the board's weekly bulletin, it listed stakeholders expected at the meeting to include heads of regulatory agencies, National University Commission, National Board for Technical Education, National Council for Colleges of Education, heads of tertiary institutions in the country, the National Youth Service Corps, among others. Residents of Akure have expressed concern over incessant flooding due to inadequate drainage and poor channelization, leading to property damage and health hazards during the rainy season. Flooded roads in some neighborhoods in the state capital makes it impossible to move around, putting both residents and motorists at risk. Osrc's Tosin Adebowale completes the story.
Akure, the Ondo State capital, is experiencing a familiar yet troubling situation as the rain continues to pour down, with many people having to deal with the effect of inadequate drainage infrastructure. The poor condition of the city's water channel has become a major worry. Many homes have experienced flooding, leading to property damage and the displacement of several families. The stagnation of water has also raised fear of waterborne diseases as residents struggle with the challenges of inadequate proper channelization. An educationist, Adelugba Adekanbi from Odo Ijoka, voiced his annoyance at the poor state of the water channel, claiming that people in the environment are always trapped whenever it rains.
Nobody will be able to go to use our homes or our business places, like our schools there. Whenever there is rain, we cannot go to the school. It makes it difficult for the pupils to come to the school environment. So in that case, we employ the government and we beg them to help us to intervene. And some people that are living in this environment, it affects them. Some of them are even they pack out of this environment.
Mr. Jolly Adi, a businessman, expressed displeasure at the state government's inaction. He also called on the government to expand the waterway as erosion is eating away the landscape.
If we look at the direction of where the water is coming from, you see that the government still have a little things to still do again here. At the direction of the water now is not going directly where it's supposed to go through. So the erosion is affecting the land of this side. Why it was supposed to come straight and pass directly. So because of this thing now, if we have any heavy rainfall, the water will full up to the stage that it will enter towards the very place.
Mrs. Adeniyi Yusuf, who runs a small fruit stand store at Fuashayi area, lamented low patronage and attributed it to flooding whenever rain falls. She also made a plea to the state government to complete the construction of the channel.
If let's assume government help us do am, may they as a hand where they take hold am, may they do am completed. It will not be, we for happy, it will not be any problem.
As the rain persists, the Ondo State government faces growing pressure to provide lasting solutions to prevent future crises and ease current difficulties being faced by citizens. Tosin Adebowale, Osrc News.
Meantime, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has activated a national cholera emergency center following the outbreak of the disease in the country. This is even as Lagos State government disclosed that the cholera death toll had risen to 29 from the previously reported 24 last week, adding that the total number of suspected cases had risen to 579. Director General of NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, who spoke in an update on the cholera epidemiological situation in Nigeria, expressed fears that the situation might be compounded as the rainy season intensifies. As part of ongoing prevention and response efforts at the national and sub-national levels, Idris assured that a National Cholera Emergency Operations Center has been activated. He expressed regrets that the country is facing another public health emergency as it was just coming out of the Lassa fever and meningitis outbreaks. And the federal government has called on states and local governments to scale up environmental health surveillance in places where food and drinks are sold nationwide. The Minister of State for Environment, Isiaq Salako, who gave the directive in a statement, said places include markets, garages, schools, restaurants, stadia, religious and sporting events venues. Salako stressed that the measures would help avert further spread and transmission of cholera as well as aid in the prevention and control of the disease. He also urged all commissioners for environment and the local government chairpersons to support environmental health officers across the country to step up sanitation and hygiene activities through enhanced community-led total sanitation. The minister also said arrangements had been made to support most affected states with chlorine solution or tablets, water and food testing resources to avert further transmission across the country. And that's the developing stories. Do join us at midday for more on World at Noon.